yeah, what I was saying about the issue, anxiety is why you're here, but the real issue is is a subconscious issue. Consciously, you have anxiety.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, there's a reason why anxiety is there, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, as I said, if there's anything you don't want in there, just let me know and we'll cut it out. So, be open with it and be honest. But if there isn't anything that you don't want to be in the video, I will completely cut it out. So, don't worry about that. What actually, like, can you expand on the anxiety, like why it's here? What's going on with it?
I don't know. This is always the same problem. I never know what causes it. It just comes.
It just comes.
Do you know what I mean?
It just comes from where?
It's just there. But I think for me it's because like my feet last night, they were just like, I don't know if they were cold or I don't know, but I just couldn't feel them.
Right.
And then it makes me panic because when I used to have really bad panic attacks, that's the first thing that would go numb.
Okay.
And then the whole of my body would go numb.
Right.
So like I then get that feeling, and then when I talk about even that sensation, I feel it come up my body.
So you can feel that now?
Yeah, even like now my feet are a bit numb.
So your feet, when you used to get bad panic attacks, now you don't get bad panic attacks?
No.
Okay, perfect. So there's the progress is being made, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So your feet, feeling that numbness in your feet causes it to go up your body, which then associates to is a panic attack coming? Not there's a panic attack, is it coming?
Yeah.
So then it creates a thought.
Yeah.
Right? What is the issue with that?
Because I never ever want to go back to that horrible place that I was in.
Okay.
After kids.
Right. You don't want to go back to the horrible place that you were in after you had your kids?
No.
Okay, why not?
Because it was awful.
I
couldn't eat.
Couldn't
sleep.
eat, couldn't sleep.
Oh my god. Oh. Like I passed out all the time. It was horrible. And I think that's that feeling of like, you know, that numbness you get before you're actually going to pass out.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that.
Right. And then when that starts in your feet, so you're like...
It's straight to my heart, literally.
And then it is panic.
Yeah.
Panic, but it's not a panic attack.
No.
So the panic attack's been lessened just to panic.
Yeah.
Right? So we've already taken a word out of the equation, right? Brilliant. Why is this frustrating you?
Because I just don't want to go back there. Ever.
You don't want to go back there?
No.
You definitely don't?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you want to go back?
Because it was horrible. It was really, like, to say I was sitting in the corner of my room rocking would be like an understatement.
Right.
It was really bad. Couldn't have men in the house. Have no idea why. Maybe because I had a male surgeon and about 14 others around me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It always comes back to the hospital thing, I think.
What, the surgeon scenario?
Yeah.
Right.
Which was why I came to you about the dentist, because it linked the two together in my head.
Right. And now you can still go to the dentist. You may feel the nerves. And I did a video the other day speaking about anxiety and how when we remove anxiety from our life, that doesn't mean we don't get nervous, because we still can get nervous. I get nervous. I get stressed. I get worried just because I'm not anxious anymore. I just refuse to associate myself with that. That's eventually what's going to happen. You just won't associate yourself to anxiety. You'll just say, oh, I'm just nervous. Yeah?
Be nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. So what's causing, like, what does this anxiety, what goes on in your mind when this anxiety comes up?
Anything and everything. Like, it can be from even parking on your drive. I sat awake thinking, am I going to reverse onto the drive? No, because then I could hit a car that way. Am I going to drive in and reverse out? And it's like all these scenarios going through my head, how I'm not going to get hit by a car. How ridiculous. But that's just like...
Well, it may sound ridiculous, but it's not ridiculous though, is it?
And then just loads of other stuff. And then I'm like, oh, I could just go on my phone. So I sit on my phone for like half an hour.
Right.
Just because like my brain just doesn't switch off.
So you would rather be on your phone distracting yourself?
Yes.
Why?
Because it takes away from all the madness in my head. Cuckoo.
Okay. So, this madness in your head, expand on that.
It's just loads of thoughts, like from what happened yesterday and going to the dentist and falling out with friends a little bit and it just all kind of goes around in my
Why
head.
was that so much more, like you could tell in your body language that was just, you didn't want to say that?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. Just any bit of stress during the day sometimes will bring on the panic at night. It doesn't happen like straight away. It's just, I'm like, okay, I can deal with it.
What, in the moment you can deal with it? Okay.
Which is what I probably wouldn't have been able to do before. I'd
Brilliant.
always kind of run from it.
Brilliant.
But I then get to like the evening and it's switching off. Obviously now I do like a little bit of meditation before bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I do my whole like, what am I grateful for today?
Yeah.
Things, like just count myself in. Quite often fall asleep by the time I get to the tree.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
from that. But yeah, I just wake up and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not okay.
But when you wake up?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm woken up.
If you're woken up?
Yeah.
Right. Why?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just that moment of, was I so far into a dream that am I awake, am I not awake?
Mm-hmm.
I can't work it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Right, put both your feet on the floor. There we go. And do you want the chair to go down a bit? Is that alright for you? Good?
Fine.
Good, cool. Put your hands on your lap. Okay. Just when, like, don't try to jump at the question straight away. Just try and allow yourself to open up to possibilities to what comes into your mind, right? Mm-hmm. There was a madness in your mind. We're going to quiet that madness, right? Mm-hmm. How would that be?
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Because sometimes it's literally so busy. It's like a car junction.
Okay.
With traffic.
Okay.
I'm like, no.
Okay. How many cars would you say?
Oh, it's like jam-packed. Like there's been an accident and I'm literally like stuck in my car and cannot move.
Right, so there's been an accident.
Well, yeah.
Right.
That's how it feels in
mm-hmm.
my head.
What would you rather it be like?
A field, a nice clear field.
A nice clear field.
Trees, a little doggy.
Okay. What is causing this traffic jam in your mind?
I don't know. It just seems to be everything just gets stuck. But it doesn't happen
Everything
all the
gets
time.
stuck?
Just everything. From like
What's
the
everything?
day, the build-up, arguments with people. Not that I argue with a lot of people, but I sometimes feel like people attack me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong for people to attack me? Or am I just being really defensive that I'm thinking they're attacking me when they're not?
Expand on that.
That's deep, isn't it?
It is. Think about that for a moment.
I don't know. I don't know.
Think about that for a moment.
I'm thinking.
Is it them attacking you? Is it you allowing them to attack you?
Is it me doing something wrong for them to attack me?
Is it you doing something wrong for them to attack you?
I don't know. I do have ADHD. I don't have a filter. I just straight out.
I would agree. I'd personally think what is labelled as ADHD is a good thing in my opinion. I just refuse to be labelled, my personal opinion.
Same.
But I would 100% have it because my mind is constantly running.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if that traffic jam in your mind could be moving again. Mm-hmm. You get the flow of traffic and you could eventually move that traffic to an open field with a little doggy.
Yeah.
That little doggy.
Yeah.
What breed is that dog?
My dog, a chow chow.
A chow chow?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
No,
Right,
he's
brilliant.
called Barney, but he's...
Barney. Yeah, Barney, but he's a chow chow.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What would have to happen for that scenario to change from a traffic jam to an open field?
I have no idea.
Okay, perfect. You don't have an idea yet, do you?
No.
Not yet. Perfect. That's brilliant. Where is that traffic jam in you?
In my brain.
In your brain. Okay. So it feels. Is that what it feels like? Just pressure and tight.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I've got a headache, like literally. Last 5 days just from stress.
Still got a headache now?
Yeah, every day.
Okay.
For the last like 5-6 days.
Do you want a headache to go?
Yeah, it would be nice.
Okay. We'll work on it.
Mum keeps saying to me it's my pillows. I'm like, but then no different to normal. Nothing's changed.
Does it make sense that the stresses that you're going through is causing so much tension that your head is just aching?
Yes.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. How does that headache associate to this traffic jam?
It's just...
What is that? Like, what is that?
I don't know, it's just, there's so much in there, I'm like, oh...
How can you explain that? If you said to me how I had to feel exactly what you're feeling in your mind,
Busy.
how would you, like, teach me, as I was, imagine I'm literally a kid in school learning, how I had to experience what you're experiencing right now, if you could experience that. If I could experience it.
there's a lot going on, like loads of different thoughts about different things, and you're kind of like working your way through it, but you can't, because it's like, it's almost like there's a wall at the end, and you're kind of walking into a brick wall with loads of stuff, and probably if you're a kid, then toys everywhere, and it's messy, and...
Right. So it's like you're walking into a brick wall, there's just mess everywhere.
If I was explaining it to a kid, yeah.
Right, and it's just, how would you like, what could you put that word as? Chaos?
Yeah,
chaos.
Very chaotic.
Very chaotic. Okay. And that's going on in your mind. And that's making you feel what? Stressed. Anxious.
Stroppy.
Moody.
A little bit.
I don't know, the smile's changing.
Tetchy. I definitely am. Yeah, I don't know, just, yeah. Oh.
Okay. And that's causing what?
What do you mean?
What is it causing?
What do you mean, what's it causing?
What's all that stress?
Well, an
moodiness.
unhappy me, grumpy me.
Okay.
Not the usual happy...
Yeah.
Like, you might see the facade of it.
Yeah.
But obviously everyone's got their...
Yeah. We've all got that facade and that wall in front of us.
Yeah.
Okay. Where in your body do you feel, other than your mind, that? Chest, head, anywhere else? No?
Well, maybe my feet, just because they're always numb now.
Yeah? Always numb?
No, but like, you know when you can just feel it, and when you talk about it, they just go numb, and it's like, oh.
So if you start talking about it now, your feet go numb?
Yeah.
Your feet numb now?
A little bit.
Okay. So obviously you know what the difference is between numb feet and not numb feet. When does that most often kick in?
At night time.
At night time? Okay. What happens for that to happen at night time? Is it just a specific time? Does it hit like 6 o'clock and your feet go numb, or?
No, it's when I've gone to bed, and then I wake up in the middle of the night.
Right.
And then they feel numb, and I'm like, oh my God. Not again.
Right. Okay. Not again.
That horrible feeling back to when I had my kids, not that moment again.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right. So that moment when you had your kids causes what?
Well, when I had Max and Millie, I remember they brought me round after I lost like all the blood and stuff, and that sounds really stupid.
Why does it sound
My stepdad
stupid?
came in and he like grabbed hold of my feet, and I don't know why, but it just freaked me out because I couldn't feel my feet. They were completely numb where I'd had like the epidural. Whatever that is, that called an epidural?
I'm not sure.
Something like that. And yeah, I don't know, it just freaked me out because I couldn't feel my legs and my feet especially.
Okay, so why, okay, so something's changed there. Something's changed, literally what happened, your body just closed off from wanting to say anything. Your mind was talking it, but your body didn't want to say it.
Maybe.
So what was it that closed you off there?
I don't know.
Think about it.
It's just that whole going back to what happened. I don't like it. It freaks me out. I don't like it. It's just like, ugh.
It's not nice, is it?
No.
What about it don't you specifically like? So some things in this video I will completely blank out because they're confidential. So just notice what goes on in the rest of the video and how the healing takes place from something she struggled with for over 7 years. So anytime that I do blank it out, that is because it's confidential, and just enjoy the rest of the video and notice how the shift can happen. And if you do want any help with this, please do head over to my website, www.maxhindle.com, and book in a session with me now. But how does this correlate to what we first started speaking about?
I think it's just the whole foot thing. Because that was kind of what I associate.
You can literally see your feet.
Sorry.
No, that's normal. It is your body's reacting to something it doesn't like.
Yeah.
You know, when you literally smell dog poo, you're like, oh, you don't consciously think, oh, I'm going to make this face because I smell dog. It's like, no, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain the feeling. But expand more on the foot thing when it came up.
I just think it's because I always used to feel my feet go numb before I was going to pass out. And it then brings back those like really horrible memories of the early days. So my mum quit her job and she moved in pretty much full time with me.
Right.
Because I just wasn't a very good mum. It's not that I didn't want to be, it's that I didn't know how to be.
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What was just going on there? I can see something's going on. Something's going on.
It sounds ridiculous. I was scared of watching TV. I couldn't have the TV on. I couldn't have men in the house unless they put on a girly voice like this. Hello, Rena.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't have like a deep man voice in the house. I just
Okay.
couldn't. I have no idea why. I couldn't. My health visitors came to me like every 2 days.
It is, isn't it?
Mm.
And it's painful.
Mm.
And it's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't get rid of it right now.
Mm. I don't know. I don't think that's ever going to go. Like, that's part of what happened.
What? What's
Just
not going to go?
That feeling. Like, I know the past can't be changed. So.
Mm-hmm. But you don't think that's possible to go?
No.
Do you not? Do you want it to go?
It'd be nice, yeah. Like, I'd like to look back and have happier memories, but it's just all that.
But that happens quite often, doesn't it?
I don't really know. I didn't know so much back then.
Well, you didn't. You assumed that you were possibly doing the worst thing, right?
Yeah.
And you felt, what other emotions sort of came up for you?
Guilt. Massive guilt.
Is that guilt still there?
A little bit.
Where?
Like, it's always in my heart, my chest. It's always here.
Because it means a lot.
Yeah.
And you don't want to... We or a person doesn't want to admit that we've done wrong in the past, do we?
Mm-mm.
But even from my own experiences, I said on the group thing that I do the weekly groups, I was like, I've had bad things happen to me because I've done bad to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And a great example I used was I put out my bad karma by vandalising stuff, kicking car wing mirrors off, stuff like that. It came back to me. And I can admit that I was doing wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, does it?
No.
I've just done wrong. And I would say I've paid for my sins. And not putting it to like a religious point of view, but what I've done, I've sort of served my time, would you agree? So do you want to hang on to this for much longer?
No.
Can you let go of it? I'm not telling you to, but could you?
I don't know. It's like so deep rooted that I don't think it's ever going to go.
Where's it most deep rooted?
Here.
In your stomach?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's here, but it's rooted in your stomach?
Yeah, it's like definitely from here.
Right. And what happens if you go out to a garden and you try and you pull the leaves off of something, but you leave the roots in the ground?
It'll just grow again.
Exactly. So if we leave the roots in your stomach, and it doesn't even matter whether it makes logical sense, it doesn't have to make logical sense. The subconscious mind, as I said, immediately, this stuff you can tell is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? It's difficult.
Yeah.
Hands crossed, everything's crossed. It's something you don't necessarily want to talk about. Usually on the edge of that pain and whatever's there, on the edge of that is the healing, is the greatness, is the whatever we can overcome. And you've already made the decision when we first started working together that you weren't going to go back to who you were before. So things have changed. I've seen it in you as well, and you've seen it in you.
Yeah.
So what's the issue now?
I don't know.
And I know you don't know right now.
I always give you this answer, I don't know. But we always find one, so it's fine.
We always find one.
Yeah, we'll find it.
We always find an answer. That's how we work. And this is just for people watching the video. It's just complete free flow. You can't really set up, and I don't like to work with someone and put like a structure to it because everyone's different. So what I'm saying to Rowena wouldn't even work for me. It wouldn't even make sense for me because I'm not you. I've not experienced what you've experienced.
Sure.
So, and you can probably just see me, just things are constantly going over in my mind. What can I ask next? Because that's how it's got to work. It doesn't have to make sense, and you'll hear me saying the same thing over and over again, and you're like, he's already asked that, and that's what's got to happen because we've got to bring it out.
Yeah.
So what is this root that's in there? What is stuck in there? There you go. Think about that.
I think it's just guilt. It's just, I'm guilt-ridden that I wasn't the mum that I wanted to be.
And guilt can affect us in many areas of our life.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we're guilty, which then causes us to get worried, causes us to get stressed, causes us to feel anxious, causes us to feel depressed. And what are all these branches coming from?
The root.
Which is?
You're so random.
What is it? What is that root?
Guilt.
There you go. So even if you combat each branch...
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
What happens? I could combat every branch.
The roots are still going to be stuck in the ground.
Exactly. Can you go out into a garden, not saying you have to, can you go out into a garden and pull out every root if you wanted to?
Yeah.
Some things can be done by hand, some things need a spade, some things that are much bigger need a digger, right?
Should we get the digger out?
Let's get the digger out. Yeah. It makes sense, right? And just because it may need a digger doesn't mean it can't be removed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you want it to be removed?
Yeah.
Can it be removed?
Possibly.
Possibly. There we go. You see we're starting to get somewhere with it?
Mm-hmm.
It went from no chance to possibly.
Yeah.
So could it go from possibly to definitely? I'm not saying it has to, but could it?
It could.
It could.
I suppose. Yeah.
You suppose.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
We don't even have to do that today.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens after today is things, possibilities start to turn to opportunities, opportunities turn to definites, and then it's just like, well, yeah, of course it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just like if you look at anyone who's started a business. When you did network marketing, didn't you?
Ages ago.
Yeah. You started with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You grew, you watered your tree, you watered your plants, and it grew to something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible to maybe even not believe in yourself at the start,
Yeah.
have people believe in you,
Yeah.
then you start to believe in other people because you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So is it possible for that root to eventually one day come out?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What would you want to do with that root once that comes out?
Set it on fire.
Set it on fire. Burn it, let it go.
Yeah.
Because what happens when you set it on fire?
Well, I can't come back, can I?
There we go. So if you set it on fire, that root that used to cause you pain, that stemmed from, what did it stem from?
What? Guilt.
That stemmed from guilt, can be burnt and disintegrated and gone forever. It can be. And don't say you have to do that today. Because it's a deep-rooted issue. And I say to people, yes, we can solve the problem.
I've actually stopped shaking.
There you go. Because your body can accept it. There you go. Even just breathing it, your body accepts that. See, you don't have to consciously know it. Your body knows what to do. Your body knows how to heal itself.
I think it's because of you always taught me about the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always massively helped since then. It's just...
It's a coping mechanism, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I always say to people, even though I no longer have anxiety, I still control my breathing, I still control my posture, and I still control my self-talk.
Oh, don't even talk to me about posture.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying I've got the best posture, but if I was to say to you, how am I feeling right now, what would you say?
Anxious, nervous.
What would you say if I'm sitting like this?
Confident, cocky.
There we go. So you don't have a degree in psychology, do you?
No.
You don't have to have a degree in psychology to figure out how I'm feeling just by looking at me. So if we can control, and this is what I always say, keep the coping mechanisms. Why not? Yeah? Until we overcome it enough times. And the goal for you is to catch it enough times that it just becomes inevitable. Right? Just got to double check, make sure it's still running. Yeah. The goal is to make it inevitable that you catch it. And I'm not saying you have to get rid of it, but just catching it when it's there. What do you think that you need to catch in order to reduce that guilt and remove the roots?
I have no idea.
You don't have an idea yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. What?
Because I don't instantly wake up and go, oh, my feet are numb, I'm going to think back 7 years ago.
No, of course not. You don't even consciously do that. The body does it.
Yeah.
The body's like, I'll back her in, I've got this. Do you know what I mean? It literally is like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work via logic. You could walk to a crowd of people. If someone's got social anxiety and they walk to a crowd of people, they're not consciously going, oh, everyone's, well, it's depending on what's going on. They might not even consciously realise that they're thinking, everyone's going to hate me. What if I do something stupid? What if I do this? What if that happens? What if they laugh at me? Blah, blah, blah. And they may not even realise they're saying that because the body has said it enough times. Just like, why do you speak English?
Because that's all I've been taught.
Exactly.
It's all my body knows.
It's all your body knows. Well, the body and the brain are sort of, well, the body and the subconscious mind are sort of the same thing.
And they're connected anyway.
Yeah. Kind of like how you can be asleep, but your body still digests food. It still lets you breathe, still beats your heart, still pumps blood around your body.
Yeah.
And I heard something silly the other day. It was saying your brain knows where every organ in your body is, but it doesn't tell you unless you learn it. And I was like, that's very profound, very weird. But what's going on right now? What's this?
What's this?
What's going on right now?
I don't really know.
What's going on?
I feel a lot more chilled, but I think that's just, you're quite
Chilled.
zen. But then obviously when you're with other people that aren't so zen, then it's a little bit like busy.
What's happened to that traffic jam?
It's kind of backed off a little bit now.
Right, so there's a bit of flow of traffic.
Room. Yeah,
there's a
exactly.
flow of traffic. So there's still cars, but they're moving,
Yeah.
and nothing bad's going on. Right. Okay. What's the difference between that flow of traffic and the field with your dog, with Barney?
I like the field. The field's calm. The field's nice. The field's relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in traffic is not relaxing.
It's not relaxing at all, is it?
No.
It's not nice.
No.
I agree with you there. Unless I've got an audio book, I don't like it.
But it's like having 10 other people stuck in the car with you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
Probably all
not just
backseat drivers as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not just being stuck in traffic, it's being stuck in traffic with like 10 people's opinions going around in the car.
And it's like there's 10 people's opinions going around in your head.
Yeah.
So even down to, should I take a drink now? Should I take a drink in a moment? Should I put it over there? Should I put it over here?
Literally.
Why did you just put that down? You should pick that back up.
Yeah.
So there's loads of things going on.
Yeah, pretty much that.
How many are talking right now?
Just me right now.
Just you?
It's fine right now. But like when...
Why?
Because I'm chilled, I think. And I'm awake and I'm like conscious of everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
When I wake up at night time, it's just busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why it's so busy. I don't know why I can't just get up and take him to the toilet and go back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. There's like something that's...
You can't yet, can you?
No. It's just something that's, I don't know, it's just so built up in my head and I'm like, oh,
What is built up?
I don't know. Like everything. Whether it be what's happening the next day, what's happened the day before, what's happened a week before, what's happening in 3 weeks' time.
Go with everything. Can you name everything?
No.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many things can you name that are going on?
My brain's quite short term. Unless I'm in that moment.
It's difficult when you're chilled, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's difficult to think of everything when you're chilled.
Mm-hmm.
Very
if you ask me
difficult.
at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll give you a call.
Right. Okay. What are you feeling right now?
I feel alright.
Mm-hmm. Is that root still there?
Well, that route's never going to go, is it?
Is it not?
Well, it will one day, but it's not going to just, you know.
Might do.
It could, but I think it's highly unlikely.
It's
I
highly
feel
unlikely.
Like it could take time.
It could take time.
Mm.
Is it possible to move?
Yeah.
Do you truly believe that?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
What's stopping it from moving?
My head.
Right. Imagine you had a tree and you're trying to get the root out. What if you only had a...
Very big tree.
Yeah. And how big's the digger that you've got right now?
Smaller than the tree.
Smaller than the tree.
Might push it over.
Might wobble it a bit.
Yeah.
Won't knock it out.
No.
Right. So what does it make sense to do? Get a bigger digger. That sounds right. That sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
Get a bigger digger. How much bigger does it need to be?
Huge, much, much, much bigger.
Okay.
I'm talking diggers like this and trees like this.
Right. So, of course, even if that digger was to scoop around it, it would still only get through potentially one root at a time, and these roots are going to be, like, monstrous because it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't expect for this tree, like building a house.
Yeah.
Building work takes time, doesn't it? It doesn't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
Unless you have 100,000 people working on it at once, then it potentially could happen in a day.
Yeah. Potentially.
Yeah. Give or take. I don't know how many people it would take to do a house in a day. I'm sure they haven't done it before. But even still, before you even lay a brick, you need the blueprints, right?
Yeah.
And you've got some sort of blueprint to remove it. What just went on there?
What do you mean?
In your mind, what came up?
What do you mean what came up? Nothing.
What came up?
Nothing.
Sure?
I think so.
Sure?
Yes.
Just breathe through it. There you go. Right. And just think about that for a moment. What came up? Don't have to just think about it. When you build a house, you first need blueprints. Once you've got the blueprints, you can dig the foundations. Once you've got the foundations, you can start laying bricks. Once you've laid the bricks, you can then put on the roof. Once you've got the roof, you can then put in the walls. Once you've got the walls, you can then do insulation, plastering, flooring, plumbing, electrics. You probably do electrics first, actually. And then you move on to painting it and decorating it and putting in your furniture. Where would you say in the process you are?
Have we even made it to blueprint?
We've made it to the blueprint.
About there.
So there's a plan.
Yeah.
So do you want to start laying bricks? You don't want to start laying bricks, do you? Not yet. Why not?
I don't know.
What's stopping you from laying a brick? What's actually stopping you from laying a brick?
Oh, it's really difficult. Basic. Oh, I don't know.
I know you don't know, but it's there.
Well, it's a bit like, you know when you feel like you should feel guilty? Like, I feel like I should feel guilty for not being as good as I should have been. Like, I shouldn't have had anyone's help, and yet the whole of my family rallied around me because I couldn't even leave my house to look after my own children. Do you know what I mean? And then when I did leave, I would bulk buy on everything, so I didn't have to leave again very soon.
Okay. So you still feel guilty about that? You can notice the change in that. That guilt's deep-rooted, isn't it?
Yes.
And it hurts. And it's like you don't want to let it go. It's like you don't want to let it go.
Being stubborn and saying nothing.
I can't help someone who doesn't want to stop smoking. Can I?
What if they want to give up?
If they want to give up, I can help them very easily.
To give up.
I can help them very easily.
I'll hit you up for that one too.
If you don't want to stop something, I can't force you to stop. If you don't want to start something, I can't force you to start. If you want to stop something and ask for my help, I can literally tell you exactly what to do. And I can guide you through it and remove the blocks. If you allow yourself the space to...
But it's scary.
It is scary.
I thought I was going to die.
Exactly. So of course it's scary. Of course it's something you don't want to dig up.
Like, I kept saying to my mum, I made her actually watch me whilst I went to sleep every single time after having my children. Like, Mum, can you watch me whilst I go to sleep? I'm too scared to sleep.
So of course you don't want to dig this up. Why is it so difficult for you to dig up?
Because I don't like it. It's
don't do.
Like, oh. Ugh.
See? The body does not like it. Why doesn't the body like it?
I mean, I didn't die, but I felt like I was going to die. And I think I don't know if I've told you this before about the whole when the emergency team came in and baby's pushed out in the little clear thing that they're in, and then like they press the red buzzer, and I'm hearing like, oh, she's tachycardic or whatever it is they're saying. I'm thinking, oh my god, like this is it. I'm actually gonna die.
Mm.
And then from then, I was like passing out in the hospital and having fits and.
What's that?
Oh.
You can feel it there, can't you?
Yeah.
You didn't even know you did that because the body uncomfortable. It's like with eczema. When someone gets eczema, you itch it because it's uncomfortable.
I get that on my feet. I actually have got eczema where I scratch so much from stress.
On your feet?
I know what you're going to say. My feet have been numb and then I get scratchy. Yeah, I know. But it's actually really...
Is that interesting?
Look.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Awful, isn't it?
But it's interesting because also it's the same place. So there's a correlation somewhere, right?
Yeah. Like I have eczema nowhere else on my body at all.
Just your feet?
My feet. But only the tops as well. So it shouldn't even be there. But I'm just...
So eczema will go once this goes as well?
Possibly.
It will. I'm no doctor, but from the...
The doctor tried so many creams, nothing.
But because you're not solving the issue, what are you doing?
I'm scratching it every time.
No, but what's happening when you're putting cream on it?
Well, it's meant to be healing it.
You're covering the symptom.
Yeah.
What did I say about the root and the leaves?
Oh.
You're just pulling off a leaf by covering it. Is the tree still in the ground? Is the guilt still in your stomach?
Massively.
Is it something you want to let go of?
I'd love to, yeah.
There we go. You'd love to. Why would you love to?
Because I don't want it there anymore. Like, I know part of me is like, oh my god, you deserve it, but the other part of me is like...
There we go. You feel like you deserve to be guilty.
Yeah.
Do you deserve to be guilty?
No.
But you feel like you deserve to be guilty.
Yeah.
But you don't deserve to be guilty.
No.
But you feel like you deserve to be guilty.
Up.
No, for real.
Yes, for real.
You feel like you deserve to be guilty, but you don't want to feel guilty. It's tough, isn't it? Your brain's literally playing tug of war.
I know, I'm trying not to look like an idiot, but I can't help it right now.
But this is totally normal. If you're saying one thing, your body's saying another, you're in a constant war. Your body will always win the war because the body runs off emotion, not logic. The logical mind will go, oh, we'll just go with it because it's easier. The emotional mind's like a child stamping their feet.
I'm not stamping my feet though.
No, but that's what's going on in the mind.
Yeah.
Just like when your son comes in to go to the toilet, it's not a matter of, because a child, they're kids. Do you know what I mean? We're the adults in the situation. We have to do what we can to help them and do whatever. The logical mind is probably saying, just go to the toilet, but the emotional mind is, my kid needs to go to the toilet. The emotional mind's always going to win.
Yeah.
And the emotional mind has won 99% of the time. What if we could reduce that just to 95% of the time?
Yeah.
90%?
Yeah.
89?
No.
No? 90. Okay, we stick with 90.
Stick with 90.
Yeah? Brilliant. And that's the process. You can go from 99% and take away 9% straight away.
Yeah.
Can't you? And it's possible.
Yeah, I can try.
You can try. And it eventually will become who you are. Then, one day, I'm not saying it has to happen anytime soon, you can then move to 89%, down to 80%. And then eventually, one day, how far do you reckon you can go? 0. You can go to 0, can't you?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
You're free.
You're free. From?
Stress. Worry. The 10 people in the back of my car. In a traffic jam. With a car accident up ahead.
How many people are in the car right now?
Oh, right now I can, like 10, 12, 15. Yeah.
Can you see you've gone from the state of having no one in there back to more people in there? Can you see it in your body?
No, not really.
Where's your feet? There you go. It's all blocked off.
Ha!
There you go.
I'm back.
What are you feeling right now?
I feel alright. I don't feel bad or stressed or like, oh my god, when I came in, you literally saw how much I was shaking and I'm not.
There we go. Okay. Right, what I want you to do is I want you to just stare at that screw for a moment.
No, which one, middle one?
Yeah, the middle one. Keep your feet flat on the floor.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and let go. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and let go. Take another deep breath in. Breathe out and let go. Just feel that calm and relaxation as you breathe, going through your body from the top of your head. There you go. There you go. You can even feel your eyes wanting to blink down and shut down. And eventually, when they do close down, you'll begin to feel an overwhelming sense of peace and relaxation and calm. There you go. Drifting down into a relaxing place of hypnosis, Rowena. Because every moment that passes by, you can feel yourself drifting further, sinking deeper, as you feel more relaxed now. Because what would happen if you were completely and fully relaxed? There you go. Completely and fully relaxed. How would you feel, Rowena, if every nerve, muscle and fibre of your body just relaxed? Now. There you go. Doing absolutely perfect. The deeper you breathe, the deeper into hypnosis you'll begin to drift off into. And you'll find your mind relaxing deeper. Now. There you go. Every breath sending you deeper and even more relaxed. And every second finding the most relaxing levels of your hypnosis. Slowing everything down. And it's as if, maybe for the first time, you can pull over that car. You can get out and wander into that field nearby on your own. Feeling so peaceful. And so calm. There you go. Feeling so peaceful and so calm. Maybe even calmer than you've ever been before. As calm as this open field can allow you to feel now. There you go. Take yourself alone into the field, and that feeling of aloneness is actually quite comforting. There's no other chatter. There's no other opinions. It's just you. It's just you. Where else in your body can you feel that overwhelming sense of calm and peace?
On my legs.
There you go. Can you move that calm and peace down your legs to your knees, all the way down to your feet?
Down to my calves.
There we go, down to your calves. There you go. Can you allow that peace and calm to your ankles? There we go. And we're only going to do one foot. Which foot would you prefer, the left or the right?
The right.
There we go. When you breathe out, let all of that calm energy move down to that foot. There you go. Maybe feeling it truly for the first time in a while. Feels nice, doesn't it? Feels peaceful. Feels calm. There you go. And as you place your intention on the big toe, second toe, third, fourth and fifth, it's as if that feeling's completely back, isn't it? It feels nice.
But my other one feels stuck.
There you go. The other one is stuck, isn't it? Just like that root is rooted in the ground. The foot is completely stuck, isn't it? You can't move that foot. But you can move your right foot perfectly, can't you?
Yeah.
There you go. Do you want that left foot to stay stuck, or do you want it to be as movable as the right?
No, it's actually uncomfortable.
So you want it to move? There you go. Are you sure you want it to move? This is your choice, isn't it? There you go. It feels uncomfortable, doesn't it? It's as if your mind has changed and it wants to let it go. Because the more you hold on to it, the more frustrating it becomes. And at the moment, the more you try and move it, the more stuck it feels. Which makes it more frustrating, doesn't it?
Yep.
There you go. Perfectly safe. There you go. Is it something you choose to let go of today? You choose to let go of for the rest of your life? Are you sure?
Yeah.
There we go. I just want you to move that intention to your knee, down to your calf, down to your ankle. And that calm, peaceful sensation you have in your right foot can also move to the left now. Do it as slowly or as quickly as you choose.
Yeah, it's not me then.
Do it as slowly, as quickly as you choose. There you go. Maybe focusing on the big toe, second toe. As that frustration begins to leave to the third toe, the fourth and the fifth. And it's as if you can move your foot again. It's as if for the first time both your feet have let go of that guilt, haven't they? That tree is no longer rooted into the ground, is it?
A bit.
A bit?
A little bit.
Why is it rooted?
Probably quite in between my feet. Does that make sense? Because I'm like...
There you go. And it feels frustrating, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Relax into it, Rowena. Relax into it. Move that intention down your legs, to your knees. This is where the healing happens. This is where the healing happens. Because I don't know how long it will take for that complete sense of calm and peace, just like that field, that open field. I don't know how long it will take for that energy to reach your feet completely and fully, because there's no amount of time it should take. It takes as long as it will take.
It must look really bizarre to you.
It's perfectly
Because
normal.
I'm sitting here wiggling my feet.
It's perfectly normal.
One of my feet.
The body knows what it needs to do, Rowena.
It's a good job the body does.
The body's intelligent. The body knows how to heal. The body knows how to remove the roots that have been stuck in there for a very long time. No matter how difficult it is. It's like lifting a weight. When you first lift a heavy weight, it's very difficult, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The more you do it, the easier it becomes, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. If there's any consolation, they're not numb. Or cold.
You're doing perfect. There you go. Just do whatever you need to do. It's as if you're turning into a new person.
Like a new route.
You're turning into a new person.
Can I not just build new routes?
Do you want to build new roots?
Yes.
Where do you want these new roots?
In my feet.
Perfect. What do you want those roots to be?
Pretty flowers. Pineapple tree.
Pineapple tree.
Like pineapples.
Pineapples are great. Pineapples are much more uplifting than an old tree from the woods in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Which one wants the pineapple tree?
The right one.
The right one. It's weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you plant those seeds? Only you'll know when they're planted. Because you're turning into a new person. There you go.
The left one feels stuck again.
It's perfectly normal. How's the right one?
It's planted.
Yeah? With the pineapple tree?
Mm-hmm.
How many? Just one?
Just one.
Just one. Perfect.
That's all it needs.
That's all it needs. The right one's done, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the right hand knows that that's the right side's done, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The left hand feels. What does it feel?
Stuck.
Because you've been stuck for a while, haven't you? And it's frustrating.
7.5 years.
7.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Of course your body doesn't want to let it go.
It does.
Oh, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give your body permission to let it go? battle, isn't it? As you turn into a new person, there you go. Do you need tissue? It's like saying to a child who's 7 years old, you have to change your name now. Difficult to let go, isn't it? You don't want to let go. But you know you want to let go deep down, don't you? How would you explain to a child of 7 that they would have to change their name? Do you want tissue?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Because every tear that streams out, it's a physical release of the old self as you turn into a new person. You're perfectly safe, Rowena. Perfectly safe.
It's just shit because I wish I'd tried harder.
Tried harder for what?
To be a better mum when they were born.
It's difficult, isn't it? Yeah, if you start playing jokes now, the guilt will go. You don't want that. That'll ruin the crying, won't it? It'll ruin the guilt. Then you maybe won't be guilty ever again. That's unknown, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's scary. Because you've always felt guilty from that moment in time. As I said, it's like saying to a child, you just can't be called your name anymore. Just saying to you, you can't be guilty anymore doesn't change anything, does it? Because that guilt is all in that left foot.
So tight.
It's very tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
I said, don't start laughing, we'll ruin that guilt. What's going on?
Sounds ridiculous, but it's a lighter guilt. And I don't know why, because it shouldn't be. Because like 2 seconds ago it was like so heavy.
Why is it lighter?
Because you made a joke. In fact, you told me that I made a joke and I didn't even know I did. Made it funny.
It makes the guilt funny?
Yeah, but it's not.
The guilt's not funny, is it?
No.
Sometimes in relationships they break up, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the relationship with guilt can break up as well, can't it?
Mm-hmm.
You can appreciate that the guilt was once there and it once was part of your life. Doesn't mean you have to have anything to do with it, does it? What's happening to that guilt?
Kind of stamping on it right now.
Kind of stamping on it.
Sounds crazy, I know, I say that a lot too.
Let it be crazy, be as wild as you like. Get rid of that guilt once and for all. There you go. Even those dogs want you to get rid of that guilt. Telling it to get gone.
So am I.
Amazing. I thought you said you didn't want to get rid of this guilt earlier.
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Mm-mm.
Doesn't feel nice?
Mm-mm.
You want it to go?
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. Let it go. It's like you're turning into a new person. Back to the true Rowena. What you want and deserve to feel. Because you deserve to heal. You don't ever deserve to feel guilty, do you? Doesn't mean we haven't done things that maybe are questionable. I've done many of them. I would never say to anyone that you can't change. Because you can change.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can go from very angry to very compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can go from fearful to confident. Someone can go from guilty to free. Can't they? How's that foot?
It's movable.
I'm not telling you to let go of it all today, if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deep-rooted pain, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For a long time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
Fine.
Where's that guilt?
It's not really there.
It's not really there?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
How's your stomach?
Yeah, it's fine.
How's your chest?
Better.
Better?
Mm-hmm.
How's your mind?
Clear. I'm in my field.
You're in your field.
There's actually a beach at the bottom.
There's a beach at the bottom. That's a good field.
That's where my feet have been.
What, planting those
On the sand.
pineapple trees?
Yeah.
What needs to happen with that guilt, Rowena?
We need to kick it away.
Do you want to kick it away?
I already have.
You have, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's gone. What a sigh of relief.
Mm-hmm. I feel like burning it.
Do you want to burn it?
Can't lie.
I have actually. I'll write some stuff down. I just want you to notice when you open your eyes, when you're ready,
Mm-hmm.
that pen and paper in front of you, I want you to write down whatever needs to be written down for that to finally be gone. Whenever you're ready. Take as long as you need.
You want me to write it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See you in an hour. Is it round?
That's not actually. There's a little bit, not much.
There. Thanks for making me cry, Matt.
Unfortunately, I have that effect. In a good and healing way.
Gone?
Yeah.
It's on this side, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not actually.
You sure?
I promise.
Okay.
Okay, write down. Do you want it to write on the book just so that you've got
It's
something
fine,
to lean on?
Don't worry. It doesn't even have to be there.
So it doesn't literally. Whatever needs to go out onto paper. let it go onto paper, and then we'll burn it.